Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Game off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Plain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy Wednesday to all. Let me see, I'm all systems go. Everything looks good. And yeah, let's get it. Morning, everyone. Let's go. So let's start off here with the analysis here, and yeah, just take an overview of what's going on leading into today. Today is going to be an important day, obviously, for gold. Why? Today is CPI day. Today is the CPI day. So a bit of news here. We have some CAD news as well. CAD news indirectly can affect gold sometimes. I have seen that before. So we can see here CPI coming out at 5:30 my time, which is 30 minutes after New York Open, expecting numbers to come back higher. With numbers coming back higher, we would see essentially a move down initially on gold. Numbers come back lower, or as previous, you see a spike up. If we see numbers spike way higher, yeah, that could be a pretty heavy move down on gold. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. I'm expecting inflation to be a little bit sticky. So 2.7 does make sense. It seems like it's pretty accurate forecast, but of course we never know, and we'll take it from there. So let's have a look. Fundamentally from news, can we place positions? You can, but you want to set up before and try to hold through news, not try to place during news, if that makes sense. So if you have an underlying analysis that you expect something to go in a certain direction based on news, at the end of the day, forecasts are very not accurate, so you can't place it based on that. But if you have conviction based off data or what your analysis is, yeah, you can do that, but you need to be in profits before news because of slippage and stuff like that. Also, this morning, I don't know if you guys have been looking at gold, but it's being a little bit strange here. We've had very erratic moves, moving up and down very fast. I'm not sure what is causing that. I checked the news, there's nothing that's come out here. We dropped like 50 pips more, I think we dropped 100. How much did we drop? We dropped here, yeah, 180 pips. We popped up another 180 pips. Spread was spiking from like 2 pips to 10 pips. Right now it's hovering at around 3 pips for me. I'm not sure. It seems some sort of liquidity issues. Yeah, it's spiking to 6 pips right now for me. Yeah, it's about 3 pips spiking sometimes to 5 pips or something. So seems like something's going on with gold. Some sort of possible global liquidity issues with liquidity providers. Oh, thanks. Yeah, something's definitely going on. Some sort of liquidity. My broker told me an hour ago. Oh, sweet. Thanks for that. Yeah, definitely something going wrong with gold here. So if we're gonna have liquidity issues here, we can't really trade it, unfortunately, with liquidity issues, because our orders will not be closed, will not be executed, and all of that stuff. Is it this? No, it's not. It's not. That's just like a market breakdown. But yeah, liquidity issues. Let's see if they did announce that maybe on Forex Factory here in terms of news. Maybe someone has said something here. No, nothing. Educational, what is market liquidity? So yeah, definitely it was cooking for this 14 hours ago though. So nothing 30 minutes ago. They're not mentioning it on here. This is just talking about the CPI coming today, but yeah, definitely some sort of liquidity issues happening. The problem is, show gold chart. Yeah, you can see gold chart. There you go. Very good. Happy now. Thank you. So we'll go back to DJ while I do my analysis, and yeah, I mean it's very interesting to see that. First time I've seen that in a long time to see liquidity issues like this, but I don't know. I'm scared to trade it, man. What if you can't close your trade? What if it doesn't trigger at stop loss? That's the problem, you know. Not triggering at TP is fine, but not triggering at stop loss is gonna be detrimental, man. Detrimental. So hopefully they fix the liquidity issue. We'll be able to see that by spread. Hopefully Frankfurt Open brings in some liquidity if that's the issue, but there's nothing for me to read to see what is the exact problem with liquidity issues. Is it from this is interesting. If you don't have issues with your spread, probably means you're 100% B booked. So this is a good test, because if there's global liquidity issues and you don't have issues with your broker, means you're B booked. Means that there is no you're not connected to liquidity, right? And it's normally third-party liquidity that we're connected to. It's not even first-party liquidity. So we'll have to see. What happens. How do you know if the issues are fixed? Spread will stabilize. Spread will stabilize. I wonder if you can take. I wonder if you can take a trade. I'm scared to test with like a decent lot size. I wonder if it will actually go through. I'm scared to test. I'm scared to test in case I can't close it. I'm interested to open like a 5 lot right now and just see if it actually goes through or not. But I really don't want to. 0.01 will go through. You know, 0.01 will go through because it's so small. You don't need much liquidity for that. But I'm interested to see if I pop something like a 5 lot, how does it act? You know, how does it act? I mean, you can test that. Someone can test at 0.01 and see what it does at 0.01. Test it with $1. Yeah, but I don't think $1 will do much here. One lot is costing you $180. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. $180 for one lot is crazy. I'm interested to see. I'll try it. I'll try it, guys, for the name of science. Not a 5 lot, though. I'll try like a... Let's try a small one, and then I'll try a bigger one. So let's try... Yeah, it goes through. It goes through. It goes through, but damn, it puts you immediately in heavy drawdown, you know? Already you're down 5 pips. Holy. Immediately when the trade opens, you're down 5 pips. You're immediately down 5 pips. I just put a 0.01 to see if it's doing it. But yeah, orders look fine in terms of order execution here. Everything's working fine on that front. But the spread is high. The spread is high. Do they close? There was a bit of lag there. To close the position took some time. Took some time. Wasn't instant. But yeah. You're lucky, Harry. I'm down 18 pips instantly. It's just a 0.01 just to see if you can even place orders. It's nothing. It's not going to do anything. But the problem is the spread. So let's wait till Frankfurt open and then we'll see if spread stabilizes. We will know by Frankfurt open here. But yeah, let's go ahead and analyze. Let's go ahead and analyze what GJ is doing. And London Metal Exchange, LME having operational issues. Very interesting that. Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. But let's go ahead and do the analysis, right? So start off here with GJ on the daily time frame here. So daily is closing strong bullish here. We can see it closed above previous daily resistance as well. We haven't broken daily high just yet, but we're closing strong bullish. When we go down to the 4 hour, we are closing bearish here, but we didn't really reject a full resistance here. We just found a resistance, and this is our new 4 hour resistance. Right now, we're trying to create a little rejection wick for potential continuing this upside trend here. Looking at 1 hour time frame, we have created a support right now. Problem is that we don't have much range. We do have this resistance that's sitting right here that created that like mini head and shoulders pattern yesterday before the breakdown here. And this is going to be a 30-minute, but I think 15 is the same. Yeah, 15 is the same. So there's not much space to get back into this range. What are we looking like here? This is about only 10 pips here. Stop loss about 15. Yeah, stop loss is not too bad. I just wish this was cleaner so we would have clean range. Ideally, I would like this to break down a little bit more to give me room to trade through this here. We are technically mixed bias. So if this thing wants to stop from here, you have to keep in mind we can make that lower high and continue down for the rest of the day if this wants to be a short-term top. If not, we'll be able to push through these levels here. But I'll need more information to see how to trade through these levels. If we were here, it would be a lot easier because we could be looking for buys above here to continue bullish. but being here, I kind of want to get a fake out trade. I kind of want to see this come down, close back in the range, and I take a trade back up to here instead of trying to push 10 pips to get to here and see what happens without anything closing above. Another thing I will be happy to do, which will be a nice scenario, is if this comes down, closes bearish, next one then closes above, that will give a small stop loss, and I can rely on volume to continue, because after Frankfurt Open as well, I can take that trade to go ahead and look for buys back towards the upside, to go ahead and reach maybe this 15 and eventually push through and use the 15-minute as a sort of break-even spot, right? So I think that's going to be my plan. For sells right now, I need more information. Based on the bullish momentum we've been having since yesterday, I don't want to be the first person to sell. 4 hours leaving a rejection wick as well. So that's not the best sign for selling continuation. You know, so I feel I want to be on the side of buys in the short term here until proven otherwise. And then take it from there, and then take it from there. If we are analyzing gold, obviously gold had this really big push here, 180 pip push down, and then recovered it immediately here. So if we look at the daily time frame, daily is obviously from yesterday closing bullish. We were able to capitalize on buys yesterday in New York. There was a great buying opportunities. It actually ran very well. I just closed at a quick scalp, but hey, it actually continued, which is nice to see. 4-hour candle is closing bearish here, but this 4-hour candle, remember, is from that kind of dump that happened with the liquidity crisis, you could call it, I guess. And now we're sitting pretty close to 4-hour resistance. So gold needs some price action. I mean, gold is kind of crap like GJ's positioning, where we're right next to this resistance here. That resistance is also 4-hour resistance, I believe. If we were to just mark a line there, you would probably see that as well. Let's have a look. So gold we need anyways for liquidity flows to settle down. We need liquidity flows to settle down, and then we can look at what to do here. We are technically mixed bias. If gold maybe wants to start leaving, I would say 91s here, that's where sells would make sense. Otherwise, daily candle is very strong bullish here, and looks like it wants to tap that daily resistance, and then we see what's up from there. If we do want to continue down and retrace some of this move, then we'll need to see resistance formed on a 30-minute. And probably get back below, yeah, probably 91's really back outside of this range, because we closed back inside of the initial range here. You know, so we'll see what ends up happening with the liquidity flows here and how price forms, because this is a look, pre-market we were somewhere up here and we just saw like this big dump. This is not really price action that we can rely on. It's price action that's essentially caused kind of by news, but by a liquidity crisis here. So it's not something we can really rely on for to trust that price is just going to continue a so-called trend or a so-called move, right? It's basically just doing sort of what would I call it? It's just basically nothing. Like if you were to just cut this out, it did nothing. Like price dumped 180 pips, got bought back up, back to where it was, and nothing happened. You could erase this move. So price action wise, we need to develop something new, right? Can low volume make spread higher? It will make, yeah, it will. Low liquidity will make spread higher, which is almost the same thing. And yeah, this is something you have to understand. You'll see next week by the 20th, once we start to reach the Christmas week, all spreads will be higher, especially on gold and stuff like that. As we come closer to Christmas, people start to remove liquidity, so you will notice that. So yeah, that's the analysis here on gold. Is we need to wait for more price action. There could be some options for sells if we start to see it break down. Buys, we're probably looking at breakout buys. Breakout buys do look pretty juicy. We have a very nice range here to fill. So breakout buys I would like to try to capitalize on. It being CPI day, price just might want to chill. We have to accept that. Other thing I'm looking at, of course, is Dax here. Dax has made its way towards the upside so far here where we are. Let's see, we are basically consolidating from yesterday after very heavy all-time high pushes. Daily time frame has created somewhat of a support, if you can even call it that. It's not really a strong support, right? It's not really a strong support, doesn't really tell us much here. Let's just mark the daily resistance now. We have, so it's kind of like a doji support, but nevertheless it is a support. 4-hour time frame is creating a support, so essentially the session is bullish here, meaning that buys can make sense to go back and fill back up towards that daily resistance. 1-hour time frame, not much ranges, and this is where the problem starts, is that we don't have many ranges, which is what we want. We want ranges. Why? Ranges give us space to trade. On 4-hour it looks nice, but when we go down 1 hour, ranges are gone. 15-minute ranges are gone as well. We do have this little thing. What is this? This is our 1-hour resistance here. So we do have this small range. It's pretty tight, but it can work here. It can work. Let's see what 30-minute is saying. Do have some sort of here like a watch zone. We'll draw a little box. This is previous levels, so we can use it as a watch zone. It is previous 1 hour as well. We'll just draw a line. Put P1, previous one, or PRV1. So we could reject off that. We will see, we will see. I do think buys could make sense above there. Use the previous 1 hour as a watch zone. So we'll wait for Frankfurt open, but that's going to be my buying zone. Selling today, oof. Selling today we have zones, but technically we're bullish bias. What did I just drag? No. Technically we're bullish bias, but it's not the strongest daily candle close. So counter trend sells today. I would love to see a change of structure. Once we get the change of structure, I'll actually be happy. You know, I'll actually be happy to attempt some sells here, especially if I just see it fail to go up, because you have to understand we do have quite a rejection from the highs and we can start this downside move, right? We attempted again yesterday to move up, but it failed. It failed. We're back down. If we want to continue moving down, it will do so. So I'll keep that open and I'll keep that as a possibility. So we'll come back to that in around 10 minutes at Frankfurt open. GU as well, looking like quite interesting in terms of the push we had. Daily is obviously closing strong bullish. It's a good daily candle close that. 4-hour time frame is closing bearish at the top of the range as well. So it is technically mixed bias session. You can watch this little zone here. I don't like these wicks, the way this wicks form. Previous daily resistance is just there. 1 hour, 30-minute here as well. See what we got going on. This 15-minute is here. So technically you could try sell this into daily resistance here for the buys as well. We did reject 4-hour resistance. We have a change of structure right now in 1 hour. This 1 hour might close doji. Let's see how this 1 hour closes. But possibly something leaving here can start some of those sells from the top of the range. At least back to daily resistance before further buys. The buys above this resistance, could they make sense here? Yeah, let's see how the 1 hour candle closes for that, because I think the buys would only make sense above the 1 hour, which is here, back inside the 1 hour range. So it would make sense above there. Which is, yeah, that type of spot. So we'll see how that forms. The sells, they do make sense based on 4 hour. I just don't like the range we're trading in. This daily is a very good daily candle close for upside continuation, not for downside continuation. Right, it's a very good daily candle close for upside continuation, not downside continuation. So I want to keep that in mind. And we'll look back at that. So that's going to be the plan. Let's see what ends up happening. GJ is continuing up. I kind of wish this candle closed bearish. It's exactly what we wanted. We wanted this candle to close bearish. And then we can look for the buys here. This 1 hour will close how? Weak bullish. How big is our range to get to here? 7 pips. See what 5 minutes is saying. 5 minutes at resistance. Let's just see how this all forms in 4 minutes and grab some ideas from that. If we get some liquidity grabs like yesterday and then we re-break the high, then I think we could try to past that 842, right? We'll try to break through 842 and see what's up. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That's the analysis. Let's see what we can cook up today and take it from there So if you guys enjoyed the analysis, you know the drill. Make sure to leave a like. I'll appreciate that. And yeah, let's get it today. Let's see. Liquidity providers are blaming spot price going off future price for the high spreads. Damn. Yeah, it's a bit fishy, man. I have not seen that really before. I've not seen that before. I've not really seen that before. Goal spreads 30-40 pips. Damn, bro. My goal spreads are like 3 pips. GJ spread is fine. GU spread is fine. Dax is what it normally does. All of that is normal. There are 0 spreads on futures on gold. Yeah, futures are like that. Futures gold right now has 0 spread and 0 delay on execution because it's regulated, not broker manipulated like CFD brokers. Yeah, it's why you need to choose a good broker. You know, it's why you need to choose a good broker. You know, but you can do the analysis and execute on futures, right? You could do that. You could execute on futures today if you have access to futures. That's something you can execute on. So let's see how this 1 hour candle closes and all of that stuff. Gold needs some price action after this big move down. So that's like a 300 plus pip move, right? We had 180 pip down, almost 400 pips. Then another 180 pip, more than 400 pips. Like that's a lot of volume. A lot of money left, a lot of money came. What do you think of Lorenzo Corrado's strategy? Not sure what strategy he uses. Like exactly, I don't know the details of that, so I couldn't tell you. If ever you need to give an opinion of someone's strategy, you need to know it inside and out. You know, I think if a trader follows his own strategy, he can't really talk about another trader's one because you don't know the ins and outs. So that would be unfair to that person to be able to talk about that, you know? Silver spread is covering the range? That's insane. Only metals affected, Forex all good? Yeah, Forex good and indices are good. Imagine entering and being immediately in 30 pip drawdown. What a feeling. What a feeling. So if you haven't left a like on the stream, make sure to do the YouTube business. I would appreciate it. All right, 1 hour candles open here. We see 1 hour candle close weak bullish. No bottom wick on current candle. Seeing how we can look to execute on upside move here on GJ with limited range. With limited range, what can we do? Pullbacks or buys is going to be a good option. I like that option. Any type of pullbacks and then we can look for buys. I think that would be good. I mean, 7 pips ain't gonna cut it, man. Less now, right? 3-4 pips. Like even for break even, it's a bit high chance you get your break even tap. So you kind of just have to take a buy at the high and then let it do its thing. But if we look at where we are in the range, and if this is going to be target 1, I don't want to buy at target 1. Does CPI affect GJ? Yes, it will affect GJ. Dax cooked the range on Frankfurt Open. Yep, no problems. Nothing you can do. It's Frankfurt Open. No bottom wick. So we just see what Dax wants. Let it show its hand here. We just need to let Dax show its hand. What it exactly wants to do today. If it's just going to blast like that, then that's a non-tradable Dax. You know, you can't really take Frankfurt Open candles like that. Spread is high. This is just how it is. Is this live, sir? No, it's not live. This is recorded. This is recorded and everything is a simulation. Nothing is real. I created the markets. I am the owner of the markets. All my wins, I tell the market makers to make them wins. All the losses, I tell the markets to make losses. Everything is a simulation. This is the matrix of trading. So you have two choices. You have the green pill or the red pill. Choose. Do you think there's a lot of successful traders in the world, and how long would it really take someone to be? I don't think there's a lot of successful traders in the world because it's a small percentage. So out of the amount of traders that there are in the world, there's only a small percentage that are successful. Same as any high, you know, you have to, same as any high performance individual in sport or anything like this, you know. And this is the point. This is the point. So realistically, no, I don't think out of the number, you know, that there's going to be. But how long does it take? I think you need, before you really hit your stride, minimum 2 years. I don't see before, like, yes, you can be profitable under 2 years with the right guidance, but to get a stride, what I mean by a stride is you have comfort. Remember, to have comfort in the markets, you need to experience market cycles. And I always like to show this to people. Go on a monthly time frame. You trading for 1 year, guys. 1 year is only 12 monthly candles. That's your experience in the market. Look how big markets are. You don't have any of this experience. My experience start back here. You can see the difference. Someone who started back here in January, that's your experience, right? That's your experience in the markets. That's it. That's all you know. That's all the conditions you know. That's all the events you've been able to trade. That's all the certain things you are able to identify, right? That is obviously, whereas me, I started back here. This is a big difference. This is a big difference between me understanding all these types of conditions, repetition over this time, compared to a trader who's been trading for 1 year and only has experienced this many in monthly candles. You see what I'm saying? It's a big difference. So you need time to find your stride, and that's just from repetition. That's something you cannot buy or learn. It's you have to experience. The problem is a lot of people in the market do bad repetition. What I mean by that is they practice the wrong thing, they study the wrong thing, and they spend time wasted in the market. They spend time wasted in the market. Is there a lot of profitable people in your group? A lot of people come in the group to learn, but the people who've been there for a while are, yes. Depends on their own journey. Some people, you know, we have people who've come in with 8 years of experience in trading. Can you believe it? 8 years of experience. These people in 8 years have not found success, but they come to the group and now they're trying to change it. But for them, it's hard because they have to unlearn everything. All of the stuff that hasn't worked for them since the last 8 years has to now become a new process. So also, if people are not going to be committed in the group, imagine someone joins the group for 1 month, gets all the information they want and leave. That's like saying I can become profitable in a month. We know that that's not the case. 1 month, 4 weeks of trading is not going to do much in terms of you finding out. You can grab a lot of information. You can get a lot of good stuff in 1 month being in the group, but it's not going to take you from zero to maximum profitable trader. Yes, it will fix a lot of things. I've had people who've come in the group for a month who kind of know what they're doing. They know their focuses, but they needed some guidance for 1 month. They leave after 1 month, try it by themselves, and then they just dip back in and out of the group. That's the nice thing about having a group, is you're not fixed. It's not like you have to stay. You know, it's by choice, you know. But it comes in basically, if you do stay longer in the group, then of course you are going to have more chances at success because you're trading on a daily basis, and that's the difference. The group is not about just education, we're trading together. So, you know, it's an environment. And we get to show different real life scenarios. I think that's a massive thing that many people can't replicate, is real life scenarios. That's the best way to learn. I'm already profitable after 1 year, and thanks to all your free guidance, which I watched for the last 7 to 8 months. That's my point. Yeah, you stuck to it. You stuck to one strategy, and now you're profitable. You know, and that's the thing. We could technically buy above 42 on Dax. Everything there is covered by wicks. Yeah, but we'd have to see structure form. If this thing is just gonna rip through, then it's tough. Also, buying into this resistance here is gonna be very, very tough here. It's not going to be a fun place to buy. So it depends on where the close is. We don't have much room. These wicks could be a rejection. You see 5. Look at 5 in this zone. Very messy. Big problems yesterday. Every time we wicked up to there, we had problems. So this becomes a whole zone. So let's say you get a 15-minute close above there, which would be here, right? It's tough. Same thing with these. It becomes tough. What do I think about the 30-minute in that zone? Above here, I mean, depends. You know, there's so much. Yeah, it's rough. You'll have to run 30-minute stops for sure. And the question is it going to be worth it? Because 30-minute stops don't even have 15-minute structure. Is it going to be worth it for 14, 15 points? Can you get more? You know, this is where you have to come back to London Open and see what's up. Only volume that can give you that type of push, where it will push through all that support and resistance, is going to be London Open. You know, that's what it's going to be. What do you do in the case where you're waiting for a close below and the candle pushes towards your range, comebacks, closes below, leaving a long wick to the left side? You take the trade. I look where it rejected. Did it reject something? If it rejected something, then yeah, we have a problem. If it didn't reject something, then you can look for that wick fill. Check GJ. Yeah, people were telling me, this is what I told you about those buys, right? Even regardless if this was news, someone saying it's China news, regardless, it tapped that target we talked about this morning. Like, yeah, news helped it, but the target was still valid before the news came out. This is my point. 3 pips is not worth it. If it pushed through today, good. But I don't want to test that for only 3 pips. It's not enough. I'm taking a break-even trade. With spread, it makes it hard. So this is what we have to understand. Man, today's wild in the markets. Huh? We're getting a lot. Gold is going mad. Now we just get some sort of China news again. Let's see what Financial Juice is saying. China top policymakers, the yuan to weaken in 2025. Yeah, this we know. China's top policy considers allow. Okay, this is just a copy paste. Yeah, everything dropped. Yeah, we saw money go into the yen. We saw money. Oh, money leave gold. Wow, where's money going into? So money went into the yen. Money went into. Yo, I wonder. Money is going out of the dollar, right? Yeah, wow, that's a lot of money leaving the dollar right now. So this is money leaving the dollar. Is it going into the Swiss franc? Yes, it's going into the Swiss franc as well a little bit here. Where else are they putting money? I think they're putting money in stock market, right? What did Dax do here? Dax, oof. Look at Dax. I think that answers my question of this being a whole big rejection zone. Right, DAX just dropped heavy here, very heavy. Dixie drop means it's coming into USD. No, it's leaving USD. Oh, Dixie pumping. Wow, so where's money leave? So money's leaving the pound. Money's leaving the euro. Money's going into dollar. Why would they put money into dollar? Yeah, because dollar will be stronger. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, dollar will be stronger because of Trump tax tariffs, you know. It's obviously will strengthen the US economy. CHF is a safe haven? Yep. Very interesting. Well, if this now can create support, man, today's going to be a wild day with CPI later as well. We have CPI later as well. I think, honestly, if I'm looking at how markets are shaping up, we need to be careful. We need to be careful. I used to love these kind of days because I was in Forex as a gambling hobby since 2007. Now retired here to learn discipline and consistency. Today, maybe no trade. Yeah, if this, we'll see what ends up happening. But this is where we need to be careful. This is where a lot of people make mistakes. We see what spreads are doing during this time. Yeah, spreads are still fine, so it's not affecting spreads. Is this wrecking Wednesday? Yeah, this is definitely wrecking Wednesday for people. You know, this is really, you know. What do you think about candlesticks? Yeah, candlesticks are great, of course. They tell us a lot of information. A lot of news coming out. So if we're going to look for sells, we have this range below here, right? Counter bias though, GJ bias is actually mixed. Previous 4-hour close bearish. But we have this 4-hour right here as well. Do some crypto analysis, please. Did you see the webinar? We did a big crypto analysis on the webinar this week. I'm holding 15% profit since joining last month. Amazing, bro. That's insane. And that's the key thing, is to hold the 15% profit. Next to nothing this month? Yeah, because you're special to gold. I think yesterday gold NY had opportunities. If you were trading NY London, no. But that's the only trade I've taken on gold this week. Was yesterday an NY session with the guys. This close above here, breaking the high. But one thing you have to notice is yesterday we discussed that, and you have to be very happy, John, that this is exactly the analysis we were discussing. Remember that you saying, look, is this Harry going to be the liquidity for New York to continue? That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, is that this was the move for the liquidity for the rest of New York. You know? Would you reply to my question? Your question says Asian, bro. What type of question is that? But you see, this is where you being able to identify, hey, everything is bullish, higher time frame. This could just be the liquidity to continue up for the rest of the day. That's a win, bro. You know, that's where the skill is in this game. Execution is just pressing a button, trying to find a way to get in. The analysis is where the money is actually made. Because that's where you have to be right or wrong, you know. What happened to the pound? We had some China news right here. Let's see if this fakes out or continues. I think sells would be an option below 280. I just don't like that we have a 4-hour here. We have a little 4-hour here. Man, why do I keep this much water in a bottle? Like, what is that gonna do? waste. Did China news affect euro? Yes, it affected everything. Gold, euro, pound, everything. JPY. Are these news candles counted as LTAs? Technically, yes. Hi, what do you think of creatine? Is it a good supplement? Yeah, I take creatine daily. I'm not here to give any medical advice, but it's more tested than protein powder. Creatine is more tested than protein powder, and for me it's good for your brain as well. Helps in the gym, you know. For what it's worth, the yen index is retracing for 6 level. Could be a fake out. Yeah, I mean, this, you know, whenever news happens, we could just retrace the news, kind of like what happened on gold. But this would need us to get back inside of the range at minimum, right? We'd need to close back inside the range. You should drink lots of water. You should increase your water. 5 grams a day was not going to do too much. You should already be drinking lots of water regardless if you, you know. Regardless if you are taking creatine or not. My creatine is great to strengthen your most important muscle, your heart, young or old. If you have no diabetes or other risks, creatine is great. But ask your doctor. Yeah, have to put that at the end. I find eating beef rather than chicken built more mass. Yeah, but if you're eating 6 meals a day, you need to balance. You can't eat beef for 6 meals. You can. It's just, you know, carnivore diet does it. But it's good to balance. It was the question before. I work 8 to 5 and I wake up 5 o'clock to trade till 7. But I'm having problems with low volume. What is the best time to trade? 8 to 5 time zone. I need time zones. If you're too busy to trade, right, and if you have no time to trade because you're working 8 to 5, you need to see what sessions you can make it up to. So we have guys in the group that trade Asian session because that fits their time a lot better, right? Now, if you can trade Asian session, but you need to trade a session, right? For London, if you're time constrained, you need to find yourself at least 1 hour, you know? You need to find yourself at least 1 hour. He said Asian, yeah, but where in Asia, bro? I think Asian time has a lot of different times, if I'm not wrong. Do you think $500 is a good budget to trade as I work a 9 to 5? Why are you investing $500 into account if you are not ready to trade yet? Have you proven to yourself you can make money? Like you can start with any amount, $100. But if you're gonna invest in trading, you need to invest to make sure you know what you're gonna do. There's no point of putting $500 into account to lose it, right? You can get much better information for much less, right? So just don't put money into account if you don't know what you're doing yet, you know? Don't even buy a funded account. Just learn first. Spend time understanding what you're doing. You know, if you want to invest, can invest in things cheaper. Invest in things cheaper that will actually give you a fighting chance, bro. You know? There's resources out there that cost a lot less. Backtesting softwares, groups. How much is your calorie intake in your bulking season? It goes up weekly or bi-weekly, something like that. Right now I'm on 4,200. 4,200. See if we want to get below this support or not. Buy Piplabs first? Yeah, I mean, if I was to have 500, I would do it like this. I would first watch my free risk management so I know exactly how to manage risk. I would open a demo account. I would show up to streams, which you do. I would watch videos on my channel, and then I would spend at least a month in the exclusive to make sure that I'm fully positioned. You probably will like it there. And if you feel you need more practice and demos not enough, you would then, of course, you know, could use at least the demo version of Piplabs just to practice, to initiate. Then I would put in about $250. I don't even need the rest of that. And you've only spent less than $100 on education, by the way. You spent, even if you buy Piplabs with, you've spent, you know, you're really budget saving. You still have a good portion of your budget. I would risk $1 per trade and start to get good at it, right? I'd make sure I know what I'm doing, learn my mistakes, let things happen, you know. After structure sells here makes sense. Technically on bias wise, yes, it makes sense. Must have been some yen news. No, it was basically China news. If you check financial news, you'll see some China news came out. China policymakers contemplating allowing the yuan to weaken in 2025 as Trump tariffs loom. Shit, we should have longed this, boys. We should have longed this. What a, this is like a shitcoin pump. Do we have 5-minute structure? We do, but I would like to see a 15-minute candle close below this range. I would like to see at least a 15-minute candle close below this range. Because we don't even have a 5-minute candle closing yet. We don't want this to be a straight dump here. Harry, would sells here be after 9233 for that 15 level and then down to 193? Next 15 level break even? What do you mean? 233? No, that 15 is fine. 93 is like your main take profit. We'll see how this candle closes. As long as we're below. Some reason TS isn't my WAP anymore. Did you reset members or something recently? No, I didn't. I didn't. But WAP upgraded to their version 4. So maybe they're having technical difficulties. You have to, if you could contact them. Does everyone have that issue or no? I doubt it. But I know they upgraded to their version 4. Even I had some issues from my side that they didn't tell me. My payment page was not working for a long time. And I didn't know that. They didn't even warn me about that. My WAP is fine? Yeah, then it's probably them upgrading to their version 4. Works fine for you? Yeah, so you'll have to contact them. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, it's just... You know what technology is like? Not technology, but upgrading to new versions. It's never really smooth. So they probably have it bugged. If you contact them, they'll fix it ASAP. It was smooth for version Piplabs 4. There were some small things, of course. It's always the way, you'll have some small things. We had some loading issues, some people's subscriptions, but this is just normal. Very normal. Dax is dropping down. What do you think sells below daily support? Let me see where the daily support is. I like that change of structure. Yeah, I mean, it would just be below this 15. Depends how the candle closes. Right now, based on 15, you're seeing this little rejection zone come from this zone in the past here. Below here looks good. How does it look on 5? Even if you can get something closing bullish and then something closing below here on 5 would be also interesting. You know, that would be something interesting as well. Depends how it drops right now. Markets are pretty erratic. You know, so if it just drops straight through and we're playing ping pong again, we're playing ping pong. Only issue I don't like about GJ sells is stop loss sucks. 34 pips for 15 pips. It's shitty. Not nice. What about above 5-minute structure? 25. Still pretty big stop loss. So we'll have to see how it ends up doing. What's realistic return per week? Realistic return per week is going to depend on the week. So last week I had around 2.1%, 2%. This week I'm up around 0.8%. So it depends on the week. Depends on the week. So if we average it, I would say you can average it at 2% a week maybe. 1.8 to 2%, that's realistic. But listen, man, there's sometimes where markets go crazy. You could have a massive week, you know? And that's the beautiful thing about the markets. You don't really know what's in store for you. Why not just half the risk if the stop loss is twice as big, same risk then? No, because that doesn't make sense. It's about the target. It's about the target. Because if your stop loss is at 35 pips, I don't care, it's 35 pips. I will adjust my lot size to make sure 35 pips is how much I want to risk in this trade. The problem is the target. The target is only here to get to this support here, 13 pips. So if we get to the support and reject, I'm going to be out break even, but it's not enough to close profits here. You know, this is not enough to, this will maybe make me as a percentage here, you know, maybe 0.3, 0.4%. I rather have the opportunity to make a little bit more than that and step away from the opportunity to as to where I lose. You know, it will be, because technically if it was to get back above here with structure, I'll be looking for buys, you know. So I wonder if we can create some sort of 5-minute structure that I can put stop loss above. Like 17 pips, and then I can break even here at 13 pips, even close, you know, it won't be, you know, it won't be too bad. So we'll see how this candle closes here. Let's see the top wick and how it forms and how everything sets up. So no top wick. We need 5 structures. So if we can get structure like this, I'll look for sells. Something like that. At least we have the top wick now being made. Yeah, that's exactly what we want, this type of top wick being made. So let's see if we form some sort of entry, would be great. So we did reject from there, buys above here to fill the wick now makes sense. Buys above here to fill the wick now makes sense. Yeah, on a 15. On a 15 above here makes sense to fill the wick. Basically, that trade we're looking for from this morning, we have another opportunity again. So gold is trying to decide what it wants to do here. Spreads are still screwed on gold. On me, I wouldn't take a sell. I would wait for a retracement, then see a sell confirmation. Yeah, I'm looking for something for, you know, pullbacks here. You take in consideration previous 1 hour support. Not too worried about it. We crossed through it with a wick here. We crossed through it with the bodies here. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about key level. You can see yesterday we crossed through here. We crossed through here. This is the wick. It was actually 15-minute candles. Setup 3 would also work here. Let's see. We need something for stop, guys, because we can't. It makes no sense. Even re-break of the lows, your stop loss is like what? 5-minute structure is where? Re-break of the lows, it's 28 pips, man. That's even tight. 29 pips here, bro. Makes no sense. 29 pips for 10 pips, it makes no sense. And this is a 30-minute support as well. So at least setup 3 will give us, yeah, it's still going to be negative risk reward, 14 pips for 10. But by here I can be break even and a little bit push past will be 1-to-1. Makes sense. Makes sense. Give me a sec, go toilet, come back. Five-minute created very small candle, no top wick. I want to see top wick. I want to see top wick. This is a thunderstorm. I could look to take this thunderstorm, but I need a top wick for it to follow my rules. Thunderstorm, with this type of volume, we could argue to take here at least half risk to see if it can push through here, just break even here anyways. But we need a top wick, man. We need a top wick. That is my rules. It saves me a lot of times. If this is just not going to make it right now, then I don't understand. It's just been like this these days, where we just see these weird things. Like, don't be too excited, guys. Remember, minimum stop loss here you're looking at is like, from when we broke the lows, is like 14 pips. To get here, you're not at 1-to-1 even. And you're not entering without top wick here, that's for sure. I'm not. Especially on such a small pullback, right? Thunderstorm, yeah, valid. It gives us a smaller stop loss. We could squeeze the stop loss. I think back above this high here would make sense. 18 pips. and then see if volume can push through this support. If volume can push through this support, that's going to be good. But no top wick, man. No top wick. Maybe broker had one and we just missed out on that. We will see. No, my broker didn't even close bullish. My broker didn't even close bullish on the 5 minute. 5 minute closed doji. But there was no top wick. Why did it dump? China news, bro. We had some China news. It's just made the markets a little bit whack. Yeah, Dax did close below here. Maybe a thunderstorm would make sense. We have no structure. 15 hasn't closed below yet. Say my broker is 5 minute bearish. Yes. How big was stops here? I don't think stops is worth it though. 18 pips for 10 pips? Nah. You're not doing it, bro. Gold spreads are nuts, moving 50 pips casually. Yeah, gold spreads are like that. How's GJ doing? And I wonder how I can find a way in right now. Like, give me 5 minute structure like this. Something like this at least. That's what I was looking for here. I even drew it. Something. It's just because you... Look, price will move, but if you can't get risk to reward, it's not going to make sense, you know? Like, if you're taking this following, you know, rules, 32 pips stop loss for 16 pips if you got in perfectly at the lows, which remember you won't because it opened no bottom wick, ain't gonna cut it, bro. The only way to wait for 5 minute structure, yeah, that's what I wanted. At least one 5 minute candle closing bullish, give me stop loss, put it below, and then I can take the trade. So it's not really something you missed out on. Because you're just not gonna get the paid for it, and the risk of losing for what you get paid, it's not gonna be the case. How did you handle negativity from outside people when you were in your losing/BE stage? Just don't discuss it with them, bro. I never discuss things with people. It's no point. Just focus on you. They're not here to help you, bro. Dax now rejecting. Dax is tricky today. This would be cool if we see this. Boom, that's a sell from here. That's a sell. That's a sell I'll take. Gold trying to create a higher low. We might start this consolidation. Spreads are still whack for me for gold. So until... Actually, no. Gold has finally fixed itself. Yes. Gold has fixed itself. Oh, never mind. I take it back. Now it's spiked back up to 6 pips. Use this tool, you don't have to do all that. Yeah, I know, but I just had it here instead of going have to here and then going and selecting that tool path, you know. Based on 1 hour and 18 minutes, we have room to go down. We have room to go down. Based on 30 minutes, we have room to go down. Based on 15, we have another support here, but we could use that as break-even zones. So if we get 5-minute structure, it's valid. But we need 5-minute structure because that will give us stop loss. Otherwise, stop loss just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you make less and less and less with the risk of losing more. Look, 29 pips again. For what? 8 pips. You know? Even GU, same dump. This was the 5-minute structure I was looking on GJ. This is what I wanted. This is what we need on GJ right now. If that can happen, will be great. Alright, here's Dax retracement. Everyone gets cooked who FOMO sells on the lows. Typical. Another news came out, Ukraine conflict. Let's see. Oof. Yeah. Man, a lot of stuff coming out today. Did that affect gold? No, it didn't affect gold. I think markets are like, enough, enough. All morning we've been hit, enough. Remember what I drew earlier on? That would be an opportunity. And GJ is just moving here. No, not even a sign of breather. We need a breather. And that breather will be our entry opportunity. I know it's against your rules, but I took it because I treated 15 as a setup 5 coming from 1 hour, went hard B, close half at level, rest to run. But where's stops, bro? It's not against my rules, it's just stops. It's just getting paid. You close half. If I put stop loss here, original stop loss 35 pips, and I close half at the key level, I make 0.1%. Like, that's just how much I'm gonna get paid if I risk 1% on this and follow my risk management. If I risk maybe 10%, yeah, you'll make a percent. It's not that it doesn't follow rules, it follows rules. The point is, am I gonna get paid from this? I'm here to get paid. Stop loss above the 5, even above the 5, right? If you're taking it re-break above the 5, it's still what? 15 pips, yeah, there you go. But again, you know, if you're comfortable doing that type of risky shot, yes. But we needed a thunder. I was looking for thunder, top wick. I would have been in that risky shot, half risk. Make 0.5% from this. But I didn't get top wick, so that's my problem there. I told you. That would have been the same. This is the relief though. We're getting some of that relief. So now what? You got stop break even now? No, you're not trading this now, but would have GBP USD been a good entry around 1.27650 where the pullback happened and then continuation? 675. Let's have a look, bro. 750, 750. No. The entry on GU would have been... GU is hard because this wick came down. You know? Yeah, even on minute 30 it wouldn't be. Because stop loss, again stop loss. Look, where are you going to keep stop loss is always the question. You know, you always have to consider stop loss. So the best entry on GU would have been this 5-minute candle here. To just take this to continue to here and see if it can break through. And then put stop loss above there, which is 10-11 pips. That would have been your entry option on GU. Even that's tough because you're very close to support. Very, very, very close. This would be kind of like selling at that 193 level. Because if you got rejection from the support... That's it, you're cooked, you know, you have to get out break even. Why has gold has crazy spread? Liquidity issues. They have some sort of liquidity issues. All right, before London Open, we are creating some sort of structure. If price can continue to close below the 4-hour, we could have a wick fill into London Open and we could have a setup towards the downside here. Especially if 5-minute rolls over. Those GJ sells would have been break even now. Yeah, that's my point, you know. Unless I sniper closed, let's see. Let's say this candle closed bullish and we got the top wick. I would have got 16 pips here. Stop loss would have been 14. Yeah, you would have just got it. Just got it for sure. Just got it. Which is why this was an option we wanted to take. Because, yeah, it could have the chance. At least if it tapped here and reject immediately, you could be break even. Let's see where we're at on daily. Daily looks like it's making steep bottom wick. 4 hours doing what? Coming close to that retest zone. That 15 there is like a retest zone. Even 15-minute change of structure here would be good for buys, man. I'd actually be tempted to buy this. Yeah. Let's see. There could be some good... there can be more options where we see possible continuation down if we see momentum continue. Or we can see the change of structure come through and we end up trading this back up. So Dax, what would I be looking for Dax? Grabbing a lot of liquidity from the bottom. Ten minutes till London Open. So let's see how Dax looks at London Open. Don't do it, bro. Markets are very fishy today. If there's an opportunity, I'll take it. Even if I lose, if I see a valid opportunity that follows my plan, my job at the end of the day is to take risk. So I will take some of that risk. Based on how I analyze the market at that time, I can think, okay, what type of risk should I be taking? Do I need to reduce? Am I comfortable? And if I'm not comfortable, it's as simple as me just saying I'm not getting in that. And I won't take the trade. It's very simple. So there's a big power in that in trading, you know. But if there's something nice, then I'm willing to take it, you know. Yeah, I think we're waiting 8 minutes here. 8 minutes for the close, and we're going to get some good information here of what price wants to do. Let's see, let's see. I appreciate everyone showing up to the stream. Let's see if we finally get something today. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. Helps get the stream out, get people learning more and accessing this free content. 400 of us in here. Appreciate it, everyone. 160 likes. Lacking. Everyone is sleeping. Come on, chat. Don't sleep. It's time to be alert. We're coming towards the end of the year, but we need to finish strong. And so far has been good. Gold was good to us yesterday. We killed Dax last week. So hopefully we can continue it going. But this is where we don't want to jump into anything stupid and then start giving back towards the end of the year. So we want to make sure to take setups that are solid and we're confident in. Right? My second day watching live, love it. I wish I started watching earlier. I appreciate you showing up though. Appreciate you showing up. At least you found it now. My way of managing trades when I'm in profit is watch the 1 minute. Is that bad? Yeah, you can be very emotional on the 1 minute time frame. Make sure that it just follows your plan. If you have a target, if you have a resistance, just watch what price does at that area. I only watch 1 minute when we're at that area. Say we reach a small resistance, I can watch 1 minute to see how we're reacting at that zone. I don't use the 1 minute to manage. Trailing, once you reach target and you want to trail, yeah, it's great. We actually call that the 1 minute squeeze strategy. We call that the 1 minute squeeze strategy. What is that blue line? There's no blue line. This is a purple line. This is my key level. We're respecting key level at the moment. All right, 4 minutes and we're moving up here. So maybe we can get that. If London Open does something nice here, we'll keep an eye on this. 30 minute will close. If 30 minute closes a little bit higher like this, it will look very nice liquidity grab candle. It will close a very nice liquidity grab candle. Do you also trade gold and US 100 from time to time? Gold I trade, US 100 I don't. Wanted to take this setup 3. Which setup 3? Nah, that doesn't count, bro. You have nothing closing bullish. You have 50-minute closing bearish, 30-minute closing bearish. Only 1 hour still closed bullish here, but it's tough, man. It's tough. You know, that's a tough one. You can see even now, like, I don't even think you would have enough to close in profits. 8 points for like 9 points. You know? Now what happens, right? You holding. Like, it's tough, those trades. It's tough. Cable means GBP USD. Euro USD nickname is Fiber. GBP JPY nickname is Godzilla. I'm not really, it is. So GJ is actually pushing up here, seeing a support candle being formed. Where did the next name come from? I think traders back in the old days. USD JPY, GBP USD, and GBP JPY is the Dragon's Triangle. Yeah, man. I think this is what traders came up with when they're bored waiting for their setups back in the day. You know, they just start making weird names. We're going to call this cable. We're going to call this fiber. It says Gbpjpy for GJ. Why? What's Gbpjpy? Yeah, but what is Gbpjpy? Research what is Gbpjpy. I'm interested what is Gbpjpy. Because all of the names come from something, maybe. It's a fish. Why would they call it a fish? It's definitely not a fish. It's more like Godzilla GJ. GJ is more, yeah, fishy moves. I agree with Gmail, bro. That's exactly it. It's fishy moves. That's what it is. Not a fish. Right, London Open coming. GJ created a support here. I don't know if it's going to close strong or weak because the last 40 seconds. The last 40 seconds, it's, you know, might just change something. But we'll see. If it closes stronger, then buys start to become in the cards here. If it closes weak, where it is like this, close below here will give us sells. Even a 5-minute candle close below here will also give us sells. Fish and chips mixed with sushi is something like that for Gbpjpy. That would make sense. Fish and chips mixed with sushi. All right, 1 hour's open, no bottom wick so far. I expect it to make a bottom wick. It's very close to making one. If we get a candle closing, 5-minute candle closing below, right, closing below 193, we can look for sells. For the buys here, I'd love to see this candle create one more support, or for us to start to break that 30-minute high, something like that. You know, because normally the first setup 2 here will fail, grab liquidity, and the next one should go. Let's see what Dax did. Wow, so Dax pushing down here. London Open made a top wick. Big top wick being made. And this is a big liquidity zone here. Every time we come down here, we're struggling. Every time. Dax is looking pretty rangy if you ask me, guys. If you ask me, it's looking pretty rangy. I would be careful. We're not seeing a trending move. So let's see how this forms here. Can we take the buys? How it spreads now after London Open, I'm interested to know. Okay, gold has seemed to stabilize. I'm gonna watch it for a bit. 8, 9. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing on gold? Seems like it's stabilized for me. Oh, never mind. Just spiked to 4 pips. There was a 1 spike for me. Buys break 15 high engulfing. It's not an engulfing candle. This is a weak candle with rejection. We are not engulfing yet. I wanted something, you know, first setup 2 after a big push normally fails. So this 30-minute closing would be the best. Not even 1 pip? That seems like a lie. This one would be nice. Or a close back inside of the range. Markets are pretty impulsive this week. This is what I'm noticing. But I wonder if I become impulsive, will it punish me for that? Because an impulsive setup right now would be buying the pullback. See this candle close bullish? If this candle closes bullish like this, which it seems like it will, if this pulls back to about this spot here, you could look for the buys. Yeah, I tapped that previous 4-hour level. Ooh, gold has setup 3 on the 30-minute. That's pretty nice. 1 hour closing bearish as well. Oof. I don't know about spreads though. I don't know about spreads. Let me watch the spreads for a bit. Right now it's stabilized. Yeah, for now it's stabilized. Yeah, it looks stable. I'm at 0.6 pips. It's pretty good spread, man. 0.6 pips. Stable jumpy, yeah, but it's for me it's only jumping between 0.6 to 0.8 pips, which is really good. How do you watch the spreads? On MetaTrader, you have your pairs next to your pairs. You can watch the spread on your pairs. Do you like MT4? No, I prefer MT5. How can we look for setup 2 on GJ? Maybe this candle closing bullish here. To be honest, you know, the first setup 2 after a big push normally does fail, but we're not seeing this one fail. That's what I mean. Markets are pretty impulsive. Am I right that gold is 7 pips on Vantage right now? Anyone in Vantage? Not sure. What does the spread say? 70? 70 would be 7 pips. 7 would be, yeah. Six minutes for this close here on Dax. So much news later this day. Tomorrow, do you plan to trade? Tomorrow, I don't think we have news during London, do we? No. This is all New York news. Nothing during London. I want to see if this can close above this range. Run 5-minute stops. Let's see, 4 minutes. Go to the toilet before we close. Come back. Dax is a great example today of showing you waiting for closes is going to be extremely important. Extremely important to wait for closes. Like a lot of people getting cooked here, but we're just ping-ponging at the moment. This is what I talked about earlier on, the possibility of just making ping-pong. I wonder if this candle closes below here in 2 minutes, it opens the door to a clean range here to continue down. We just stops is hard. Let's see how GJ is doing. Is it giving us any opportunities? So it's rejecting the 4 hour at the moment. 5 minute can close above here, will be interesting. I mean, ideally a 30-minute bullish close will be very, very nice here. Why 30-minute? Give you confirmation, you know, how that support is made. So it'll be 2 15-minute candles. You'll have one more after this, you know, and you can just take it based on the 30-minute. Another thing is we just impulsively take it on the 15. Depending on next candle bottom wick, we impulsively take it on the 15. Dax is a mess again today. I think better wait for sales below 2260 if it wants to get there. Yeah, this is where patience of waiting for closes really helps, but it does look like a bit of a mess. Gulag now? What's Gulag now? I know what it is, but I mean, what is the Gulag now? He's calling something a Gulag. Why are you looking for buys? It's a clear sell? Not yet. Not yet, not yet. Come on, we need something better than this for a bottom wick, bro. Come on, that's cheap. GJ, that's cheap. That is cheap. To be honest, if it retests my yellow line, rejects, makes a bottom wick and re-breaks it, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. That's a real nipple, huh? This is how it's been, though. You have to be impulsive. You have to be impulsive. It's been like that this whole week. We've seen it. So I guess I have to be impulsive. That's the only way to get in today. So maybe I just become impulsive right now. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And become impulsive for today. Setup 2, we got bit push. Pullback is valid or not? Today you have to be impulsive in this market conditions. Nothing is giving you pullbacks, nothing is giving you bottom wicks, it's not giving you anything. You just have to be impulsive, which means you just need to rip it randomly, you know. And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out, you know. Like, that's the only way you can really tackle this at the moment. I'm not seeing where you can actually rely on something solid. You just have to be like, I'm gonna be impulsive in this zone right here. I'm gonna take a buy without my confirmation of a bottom wick, or you just sit out and just be disciplined. It also why go impulsive? Otherwise there's no way to get in, man. You just don't trade today then. You see? So that's the opposite thing, is you just don't trade. because there's no other way to get in. Bullish momentum makes sense here, but if you're going to wait for confirmations, you need to be, you know, not be too impulsive. And it's up to you if you want to be impulsive. To be impulsive on this right now, I think the impulsive entry, maybe just break of 30-minute high. You know? Break of 30-minute high like this. That's the only way to be impulsive. Not the kind of market for you. Yep, that's a great decision when you can make that decision there. I also don't like when it just does this as well. Ideally, like I said, I want the 30-minute just to close, but I'm afraid it might push before what we get. For me, the 30-minute closing like this is kind of what I'm looking for. This makes sense. We'll see if we get it or not. This 5 close like this could also be interesting. Or not, just push. SL? SL, you put SL at 192,800. 54 pips. And then target, you target here 193.70. 193.70. Yeah, that's your target. Winning trade, right? Very impulsive market conditions, man. Very impulsive market conditions. You don't even get chance for bottom wick. Closes at 4 hours. Like, move is majority done, eh? Good move already. 15 pips. You got bottom wick on broker? I do have, like, it looks the same as this. It looks the same as this. $30-minute will close too deep. Now I probably assume. This is what I mean, impulsive market conditions. Like, you have to assume. It's not confirmation, it's assumption. You have to assume that now 30-minute will continue pushing in 9 minutes. That's the gamble you take. It's not really my style, though. It's not my style to take those type of gambles. Gold is consolidating. Dax is becoming tough. Now this is how the last week of December normally looks like. The last week of December normally looks like this. Impulsive, strange. But we're seeing this a little bit earlier. Hopefully it's just because of CPI. After CPI we clean up. I've seen that happen before. I don't have it in me to bet against the yen after good news released from Asian earlier. Yeah, if we make a setup too, sells do make sense. You have to keep that in mind. You know, we are somewhat on the 4-hour bearish, right? But the daily momentum has been king. Daily momentum has been king here. It's been extremely strong. But if this was to flip and close bearish here, yeah, I think could be a shot. Gold looks like setup 5, huh? 20 pips here, stop loss is 45 pips. If it continues through, it's a good move. 30-minute close, sort of a setup 2. 1 hour is still bearish. 4 hour. Spread is still jumping on gold. I don't know how much I trust gold today, man. Makes it tough. I don't know if I trust gold after this morning, bro. This morning was extremely strange. I've never seen that ever. My spreads have settled. My spreads have settled. Which broker do you use? IC. Gold is not because of China news. This move down was because of the China news. Would be nice if this 15 closed bearish actually. Would give us a simple setup 2 right now. Let's see, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Gold is doing this setup 5. Where does it need to reach for 1-to-1? Here's 35. 1-to-1 is about this highs here. Can do it if it wants to. It's not that crazy. 44, 45, yeah. 45, there. Let's see if the 30-minute can close like this. Hopefully last 3 minutes it doesn't push. If it pushes last 3 minutes, this is what I mean about the impulsive market conditions. Impulsive market conditions. If 15-minute flips bearish, this will change the case though. This will change the case. We could have setup 2 here. Will you trade between Christmas and New Year's? No way. Nothing really happens that time. Markets are weird. You need to take time off from the charts. That's just like full addicted. Spend time practicing during that time. Go ahead, spend time on a simulation software. Make use of your time. If you're new to trading, it's good to make use of that time, but you shouldn't be actively trying to be engaged in the market during that time because it's not an ideal trading scenario. You always want to put yourself in the best scenario to win, am I right? Like, why would you put yourself in a scenario where it's not the best to win? Come on, man. You don't do this, man. 2 minutes. This is too bad if it just does this right now. 2 minutes it has to survive. 2 minutes. Interesting, but it's filled at least this gap. This gap was filled, which is good. Does Dax want to close above? Alright, I want to see a good bottom wick, and then I might have a 30-minute setup too here. Stop loss is about what? 26 pips. Target back up here, 40 pips to here. To get back up here, this is your break-even spot there, about 12 pips away at that resistance. Bottom wick will give us a liquidity grab that I would need. Depending, if this now fails to close above in last 3 seconds, would be interesting. But it did close. No bottom wick here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. After all that. Uh-oh. So I'll look for bottom wick here and then break of high. Bottom wick here, then break of high. I think that would be a good opportunity. But let's see this bottom wick come through here. It's a 30-minute candle open. Stops are like 25, 26 pips. Okay, we do have a small bottom wick now. Not the biggest, but what I'll do is I'll give it a shot half risk, guys. Half risk because it's not as big as I wanted it to be, but half risk break of high, I'll give it a shot. Stop below 30 here. See if we can get back up to here. What happens? I think that trigger. Oh, that's crazy. What is spread running? Spread must be running great. .1 pips, no wonder. Yeah, didn't get triggered there. Almost, yeah, same as you, Bentley. 0.1 pip spread I'm running. I accounted for 0.5 pip spread because that's what I saw it was before. But I guess it's even tighter, so I can move my buy stop a little bit lower actually. Yeah, 0.1 pip spread is great. And now we're getting a deeper bottom wick. This is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. So I'll move my buy stop lower because I can now. Yeah. It's like no spread on GJ? Yeah. I always put buy stop 0.1. No, I put it whatever my spread is. Why half spread? I don't know why we're having good spreads like this. Oh, why half risk? Just in case, you know. I'm just kind of chilling down for myself. You don't have to. Where are you putting stops? Yeah, below the 30-minute candle. Here. End of month? Not end of month, but just kind of de-risking on some different... Did you move your buy stop? I moved it down. My buy stop, I moved it better because I accounted for 0.5 pip spread, but my broker right now is running 0.1 pip spread. So I have very, very, very tight spreads. You can see my bid and ask line. You see my bid and ask line? Look at how close they are together, you see? So I accounted for 0.5, but now I moved it even lower. Our level of 408. There's that previous one, yep. We could watch that though, how it reacts at that spot. If this 15-minute close is bearish in 9 minutes, then I'll look for something else. It'll just be boring. It'll be boring at that point. If it closes bearish below, I wonder if sells even now start to become an option because we are mixed bias. So I have to consider that. I have to consider that. To manage, I got triggered. Whenever I get triggered earlier, I just immediately close. But you obviously in drawdown, it's tough, man. It's tough. Like if I notice it didn't actually break it, still going half. Yeah, I just want to trade a little bit risk off myself. Pretty boring. Yo, good morning, Dax. Good morning, Dax. Now watch it reject the top of the range. Watch it reject the top of the range. Almost guaranteed to reject, yeah. In terms of getting triggered early, you should never get triggered early. You should always be triggered, if anything, later. So you should always account for spread. If you are trading with spreads that are jumping a lot, then you need to market execute, right? You need to market execute once it properly breaks the high. And sometimes you might just miss the pressing the button because you don't know if it broke the high and then it shoots through. And that's just going to be... That's going to just be something annoying, but that's execution. It happens sometimes. How close were you to getting triggered? Yo. Yeah, it's pretty damn close. Market for you, it broke the high. Yeah, clear break the high. You need bid and ask to break the high, not bid and ask to break the high. Look at where my blue line is. You see, I never keep my blue line just tapping the high. Market sometimes does this, taps the high. That's why. You know, you see how I put it. Even that's why I put the lines where I look to execute. This is accounting. You see, there's always a gap. I never keep my lines just like this. This is fishy stuff, you know. I always keep it with a little bit of a gap, just like how you saw on my broker. And before I had honestly a bigger gap because I thought it was 0.5 pip spread, but we have 0.1, so I put it even tighter now. And if I ever notice that and I get triggered and it doesn't continue and I'm like, oh shit, it didn't actually break it properly, I immediately close it. And for me that doesn't happen because I always just get triggered a little bit later if that happens. Trade open? No. Waiting, you see it says on the screen buy order. It's telling you where I'm looking to buy. I'm looking to buy if we break the highs here, if I get triggered. At the moment, it's not doing anything. It's just kind of pushing back down here. Again, if this 15 closes bearish, which it looks like it will, I can't be looking for the buys I wanted to look for. Why set up to short after structure? Yeah, we could look for shorts, yeah. But if this just continues pushing down, then you won't have room to short. You won't have room to short. Left side felt too choppy before these bearish candles. I don't think this would have played out. I think it would have. Especially I think it would have. At least to get back to here. We're closing back inside the 4. If you look at it on remove all drawings, look at it on 30-minute time frame. If we're going to continue up today, this would have broke the high and at least retest here. Even if this ends up coming down. Even if this ends up coming down, doesn't matter. Dax rejected as expected. Yeah, I think with Dax you can play ping pong. If you want, you can play ping pong. If this candle closes weak, I'll still keep my order because it will be like a setup 3 for me. It will be like a setup 3. If it closes back below the 4 hour, honestly, I could be looking for wick fill sells, but I hate buying and selling in the same spot. It's a very uncomfortable scenario. What about Dax trying to close above the 1 hour? Which, the previous 1 hour, above this 1 hour? Yeah, it would make sense on a 30 and 1 hour, not on 15. 15, it's messy. On 30, 1 hour, you do have that clean candles, yeah. I have a meeting at 1:30 as well. I hope. I might have to, if this triggers me in the next 2 minutes, I will have to take the trade and hop off. Yo, man. It's working on a bot, you think, something like that. Taking a break, end of year. Meeting about trading? Yes, actually, yes. You guys will see, actually. All right, 57 seconds. This looks like it's gonna close bearish here. This looks like, no, just by himself. Just by himself. This looks like it's gonna close bearish. This looks like it's gonna close bearish. So I'm gonna delete this order. As for me, it is not making much sense anymore. All right. Deleted the order. Now my question is, do I want to take a sell? Nah, I'm good. Too close to 30. Can you look at gold? We've looked at gold all session, bro. It had some liquidity problem today. Gold has been having some sort of liquidity problem today. This just sucks, boys. This just sucks. Yeah, we're mixed buys. Previous 4-hour close bearish here. I would like to, yeah, I mean, sells do make sense, but you'd kind of have to take the wick fill sells. Otherwise, if you take break of low, you only have 3 pips to that 30 minute there. So you'd have to take a wick fill sell, you know? Bro. I know, right? I don't know if I'm sold on the buys and the sells here, boys. It's like really, really shitty, this. Look at Dax as well. Dax got cooked as well. Wow. Dax, leave Dax, guys. Don't touch Dax till it gets out this range. This is gonna cook you. This is gonna cook you. Cells could work, but no space. Yeah, you need the wick fill cells. If you can make steeper top wick and reflip, I think you have an opportunity. At least it will grab liquidity to give you the juice to push through that 30 minute. That 30 minute is where? Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. If it closes above here later as well, that would be a buy as well, but nah, not at the moment. Now it's just looking pretty slow. Pretty slow, you see? Man, it's freaking boring. Guys, I'm gonna leave you with the plan. If this makes a steeper top wick, retest this 4 hour, flips and re-breaks its low, that will be a sell opportunity, okay? But I have to hop off stream now. I will take this after stream. If this candle closes above there, remember that buy setup I'm looking for? That's gonna be my buy setup. But now I get even better stop loss. I can put stop loss below this candle here, target next key level, and that's it. And that's gonna be the trades here. It's just slow. So the both options are open here. Sell option here, re-break of the low. I wish I could stay on and just wait for that to happen, but I really need to hop off. We went on longer for today anyways to try catch something. Listen, it's just, if it's gonna be like this, we can't adjust anything. I know it's extremely boring. My apologies. I know a lot of people are dropping off, I can see, but you have to trust the process like this. This is just how it works. This is just how it works. You have to trust the process and just wait for the opportunity. So 10 minutes for this candle to close here. If this candle closes above, right, I will look for a buy, but I'll be taking that on off stream basically, because I'll be closing that down. So listen up to that. If you do take it, you can tag me on Instagram. I'll have a look. Don't touch Dax. Dax is gonna eat you up. Please do not touch Dax. We did not force any trades. Don't touch gold. Gold is gonna eat you up as well. Even if you took this buy here, you wouldn't have got anywhere close to a 1-to-1. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Preserving profit, staying in cash towards the end of the year. This is what real traders should be doing. I know it's boring, but if the market delivers, we capitalize. If the market doesn't deliver, we don't do anything, right? And this is just how it works. I mean, I would assume that we will pick stuff up soon, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, let's get it, guys. Hopefully this candle closes above. We have a clean opportunity. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I start streaming at 10:30 Dubai time, so adjust it to your time and then check it out from there. So I appreciate you all. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. See you guys. Much love. Peace.